This is Philippine Airlines flight attendant Firiza, and just like other flight attendants today, she is signing in because she is gonna get prepared for her flight. Many wants to become a flight attendant. In fact, it is one of the most desired jobs in the world today. But do you really know what the job of a flight attendant is? Do you know what it takes to become a cabin crew? And I'm here right now to take you behind the scenes of the Philippine Airlines cabin crew. So, let's go! How to become a cabin crew? What does it take to become a cabin crew? What are the primary duties of a cabin crew? Now, I am very fortunate to be here at Philippine Airlines to basically answer these questions and to give you a brief backgrounder about becoming a cabin crew, what is there to know, and of course, the real stuff about being a flight attendant. As we are all aware about, it is the primary duty of the cabin crew to ensure the safety and the security of all the passengers on board the aircraft. Of course, they are also there to attend to the needs and to also make sure that all passengers are comfortable. Hence, the responsibilities to wear the Philippine Airlines flight attendant uniform is really huge, and it takes so much to become a PAL cabin crew. Now, as you all know also, PAL cabin crew are known for their hospitality, for their selflessness, and that kind of attitude wherein even if you don't ask help, they tend to offer help. And I think this is innate in most of the cabin crew of Philippine Airlines. So of course, for them to have this kind of character, it goes back all the way to their foundation, from the recruitment all the way to the training, and until they begin flying. All right, so let me take you there. All right, I'm here right now with Sir Sarif Bantuchan. He is the recruitment manager of Philippine Airlines.
Yes.
Now, before we talk about training, we have to know first what Philippine Airlines looks for from cabin crew aspirants. So, sir, first of all, what is a Philippine Airlines cabin crew for you?
Right. A Philippine Airlines cabin crew for us is someone who can really demonstrate the buong puso alaga, and this is very foundational for all employees actually of Philippine Airlines, not just our cabin crew, because we're looking for someone who has the heart for service, and it's not easy to find someone who has that and comes out naturally, right?
Yes.
Because, of course, our number one priority is to serve our customers and to ensure that our customers reach their destinations safely and without any inconveniences, And of course, there will be some along the way, but of course, being able to really provide that service to our passengers is very essential for Philippine Airlines.
It's a good thing you mentioned about service, because this is what I've always also been mentioning to our aspirants. Being a cabin crew is really about being of service to your passengers. And like traveling the world, and these are just benefits, right, of the job. But we have to always remember that you are here as a cabin crew because you have to be in service to your passengers. So, sir, what are some skills? What are the skills you look for from these cabin crew aspirants to become a Philippine Airlines cabin crew?
Right. So one is, they should be amiable, or in simpler terms, pwede ding charismatic.
Yes.
Because, when you are, especially when there are passengers who are having a bad day, right? Not everyone, even if you're friendly, sometimes it doesn't come through to help please the passengers, right? But having that certain charisma or being amiable, it helps put the passenger at ease because they can put their trust in you, right? Second is that they should be a team player because they'll be working with not just the pilots, right, but
Yes.
and the passengers, but they're going to be working as a team. So kailangan talaga maging efficient communicator din siya because kung walang teamwork, baka magkaroon ng problema along the way, right?
Yes.
So, also, kailangan din yung time management. Very, very, very important yan. Kasi, especially in times of services, kailangan on time lagi yung delivery natin ng pagkain,
Alright.
making sure na, kunyari may ni-request yung pasahero, kailangan alam mo din kaagad na kung kailan mo siya isa-serve, right? Or address yung concern niya. And another important factor or skill is to be able, like I mentioned, is to be an effective communicator.
Yes.
Because if there are problems,
Yes.
hindi ka naman pwedeng tumahimik lang, right? You should be able to address the concern of the passenger.
Yes, that's
So
true.
being an effective communicator is very, very important because it is also safety as well.
Yes, yes.
So, when we're doing our safety demonstration during the flight, right, you need to be able to present that clearly to your passengers. So just in case of an emergency,
Yes.
they know what to do. Because, like I said, being a cabin crew kasi, you're going to really spearhead the passengers to safety, right?
Yes.
So, and also, the most important trait, I guess, is someone who remains calm.
Yes.
It's very,
I
very
agree.
important because hindi sila pwede yung unang mag-panic.
I agree there. I agree, definitely.
Right. So, importante yung talagang calm and patient as well.
Now let's go to the most asked question by cabin crew aspirants, and these are the qualifications. So what are the qualifications to become a Philippine Airlines flight attendant?
Okay, so for general qualifications muna, one is that they should be at least incoming third year university
Yes.
or college students, right? So any course, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be tourism or tourism management courses. Any course, basta equivalent siya to 4 years.
Yes.
Or a bachelor's degree, right? So some kasi ask, what about a 2-year vocational course or 2-year
Yes.
certificate? Unfortunately, we cannot consider those yet because there are things really taught in a university setting,
Yes.
which are taught differently, and especially the maturity as well comes into play. So that's why it's important that it is a university degree or a university or a college program talaga.
Alright.
So another is at least 18 years old and above.
18
Okay.
years old and above.
Reason being is that it's because it's a government
Yes.
policy. So, kailangan 18 years old. We do have questions. Sir, I'm only 17 and a half. O, and a half na lang naman eh. So, konti na lang. So, just wait for that at
Yes.
least 18 years old. And also, now and of course, good English communication skills. Some of our applicants think, bakit important ba yung English?
Yes.
Because one, even if they're traveling domestically or regionally, you're still going to talk to some foreign passengers because we're also promoting tourism in the Philippines, right? So English is very, very important. And now for males, at least the height of 5'6", all right? And for females, height of 5 feet 2 inches, right?
So male is 5'6",
Yes.
and female is 5'2".
Yes.
Alright.
Ayan. So, and of course, I think that's it. So,
Yes.
Yun yung mga top of mind natin. So,
Yes. How about, sir, because some would also ask, I'm married, can I join Philippine Airlines?
Sure. Again, it's about, what we're looking for is how responsible are you when we already call you to serve our passengers, right? So it doesn't matter kung married ka na, hiwalay ka, we don't look into those.
Okay, and another is maximum age limit.
Wala tayong age limit. Kasi one,
Right.
it's not allowed by law. So,
Yes.
basta ang tinitingnan natin dito is that, are you still capable to serve our passengers. So we need to look at your overall mental fitness, your well-being as well. That's very, very important rather than age.
All right. So thank you very much, Sir Sarif, so for sharing to us what it takes, what you look for from Philippine Airlines cabin crew aspirants. Thank you for your time, sir, for this.
Thank you very much, Mond, and have a good day.
Thank you, sir. So I'm about to enter an actual training class here of PAL Express, which is actually ongoing right now here behind me. So, tara, let's enter. Hey, hi, good morning, everyone. Guys, is it okay if I can join your training, if I can sit in? All right, so let's go sit in. So after passing the stringent recruitment process, it is now time for training provided by PAL. The cabin crew training is indeed a very stringent one. In fact, when I was observing, I noticed that everything is just so detailed, so much information that's being given to the cabin crew trainees. All these information are important because they all deal with safety and the security of all the passengers on board. Hence, everything should be taken down. Also, PAL cabin crew has to earn a mark of 90%, which is the passing mark. If they fail 3 times, then they are taken out from the training program. So the training program includes theoreticals, it also includes written exams, and of course are the practical drills, especially the emergency procedure drills such as ditching, jump and slide, and firefighting. They also have first aid courses where they are taught to handle medical emergencies on board, especially when there are no doctors around. So I'm here with Miss Beth Valerio. She's the trainer of this PAL Express batch right now. We're training to become a cabin crew. So, Miss Beth,
Yes, sir.
first of all, how long is the training program?
Training program usually runs about 6 weeks, and the training program comprises of different subjects, mostly about safety and security, about airport regulations, and also and customer and passenger safety.
All right. So could you give us like a general's or like a bird's eye view of the training program, like from start until they graduate?
Yes. Ang first course natin, syempre kailangan nagkaroon sila ng background about what a cabin crew is. Meron tayong mga theoretical subjects, so we give them brief information about kung ano yung mga dapat nilang malaman. So we give them terminologies, we let them study that, and then we go, as the training goes, pahirap ng pahirap. Kasi we dive more into yung kung anong trabaho nila.
Yes.
Which is learning the safety regulations of CAAP, yan, nandiyan na yung civil aviation regulations, and then we have our company policies, and then they also learn about emergency and security subjects. Kailangan alam nila kung ano yung aircraft na sasakyan nila, kung ano yung mga equipments na nandun sa loob ng aircraft. Also, they should learn and they should know kung paano mag-handle ng mga pasahero.
Alright.
Diba? Being a cabin crew gives you different kinds of hats. So, in the flight,
Yes.
iba-iba yung mga rules na kailangan nilang gawin. So, we equip them with the proper education and proper theories that they can use in flight for that role.
All right. Ma'am, last question.
Yes,
What
po.
is the job of a cabin crew?
There's no specific job of a cabin crew.
Yes.
A cabin crew comprises of many different hats.
Okay.
Again, it depends on the situation, but mostly cabin crews, they handle security and safety of the passengers on board.
All right. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you
Beth.
po.
And thank you so much for allowing me to sit in your class. I
Thank you
learned so
so
much
much.
actually. I learned
Thank
so much
you.
actually. Thanks everyone.
Pwede naman pumasa as cabin crew.
Thanks everyone. Can't wait for your graduation soon.
Thank you. Thank you so
Fly
much,
with you
Sir
soon.
Mond.
So after the PAL cabin crew trainees pass all their check rides and all the exams, They will then be receiving their wings as official Philippine Airlines flight attendants. And this happens through a wing spinning ceremony, like what is about to happen right here. Behind me is PAL Express cabin crew batch 139. And after months of training, they're about to receive their official PAL Express wings. Now, PAL Express is a subsidiary of Philippine Airlines. Basically, they are the domestic arm of Philippine Airlines, and yet they still do follow all the same standards. And again, we are about to witness their graduation, and right now they are preparing. So kita nyo, eto sila, nagre-prepare for it. So let's take you along this. In Philippine Airlines, usually it is the cabin crew trainees who organizes their graduation or wing spinning ceremony. So basically, they choose the theme, and then they choose the suppliers. Then also, they're the ones who decorate the venue for their wing spinning ceremony. Wing spinning ceremonies, or what we call graduations, are very big here in PAL because it marks a milestone for these former aspirants who are now officially cabin crew of the airlines. Now, so what I usually remind others, this is simply the beginning of the real journey of becoming a cabin crew, because this is where they officially become full-fledged Philippine Airlines cabin crew members. Okay, with me right now is Bea, and she's just one of the graduates of ICCT 139 of PAL Express. And so Bea, now that you're in PAL Express, how does it feel like that you have your wings once again with PAL Express?
Of course, Sir Mond, I'm super happy. My heart is filled talaga with joy and so much pride. Of course, not only for myself, but for my family, being able to fly the flag carrier, di ba? Serving our fellow Filipinos. Actually, hindi lang Filipinos eh. Lahat ng tao sa buong mundo. And I'm super excited, Sir Mon, to be of service of others. Serving buong pusong alam.
So after these cabin crew aspirants finally earned their wings in Philippine Airlines, it is now time for the real thing, and that is flying. And I'm here right now, the PAL and Flight Center. This is where PAL flight attendants report for their duties and where they are sent off to the airport for their flights. So, tara, let's go inside. So after signing in here at the PAL and Flight Center, the cabin crew members then checks their mailbox, and then they do their final grooming. They will check themselves if they're all groomed up, ready for their flights. Then of course, they look for their fly mates and their respective pursers, after which they will start reporting for their pre-flight briefing. Alright guys, so behind me, the PAL cabin crew right now are going through a flight briefing. So let's go check what happens during a pre-flight briefing. Alright, let's go enter.
Thank you so much for coming in early and also for making the time. And as I can see, everybody looks safe. So thank you so much for attending very good.
So usually, a pre-flight briefings will include each and every detail of the flight, such as the number of passengers, so on and so forth. Of course, they also have a checklist of like the things, the items which needs to be brought during a typical flight. Cabin crew members usually have a notebook, and they have to take down notes about each and every detail of the flight, because these are very important, and they will need these during the flight itself. And now, as you can see, these PAL cabin crew are done with their pre-flight briefing, and now they will be headed to the airport. So let's go follow them and bring them to their shuttle from here, from IFC or the in-flight center, all the way to the airport. So from the in-flight center, the cabin crew are shuttled to the airports. For international flights here in Manila, they are shuttled to the NAIA Terminal 1. And for domestic flights, they are shuttled here to NAIA Terminal 2. And I'm here right now waiting for my flight to Davao. And with me are the crew of my flight. And there they are. Yun. So we will be together with them on our flight from Manila to Davao, just so you see what happens in the life of a cabin crew. So ayun nga, we are able to cover from recruitment to training to graduation and to pre-flight briefing at the in-flight center, and we're now here in the airport. Alright, so now the PAL cabin crew on our flight is about to board the aircraft. So before boarding, they're just trying to fix something here with the ground staff. They're in some discussion, and then in a bit they're gonna board the aircraft. So here they are right now. They're boarding the aircraft, and I'll see them in a bit. Morning. Alright. Good morning. Morning. Good morning. So for our flight to Davao, we are utilizing an A321ceo, and this aircraft is not equipped with IFEs. So for this, the PAL flight attendants are the ones doing the manual safety demo. And after the safety demo, they do rounds in the cabin to make sure that all passengers are in compliance with safety regulations, such as your seatbelts fastened, seats in upright positions, your window shades are up, and your tray tables are stowed. So when the fasten seatbelt sign is switched off, the cabin crew now distributes food and beverage to the passengers. Now, these are actually light snacks because this is only a domestic flight. So in this case, they are serving cookies, and then choice of drink like water, juice, coffee, tea if I'm not mistaken, and this is actually free. Okay. Now, in the event of turbulence and the cabin crew are in the middle of service, and then the fasten seatbelt signs are switched on, service is immediately stopped. Cabin crew brings back the cards to the galley, and they have to return to the job seats. Now, once the pilot switches off the fasten seatbelt signs, then they resume services. This is being done for the safety also of the cabin crew. Now, food and beverage service is not just about the cabin crew serving the cookies, asking passengers, would you want coffee or tea? It is a very systematic approach just to make sure that all passengers are served and are well attended to. The fasten seatbelt sign has been switched on, and we are about to land. It is now time for the cabin crew to go around the cabin to assist passengers and to make sure that they are following all safety regulations for landing. So there I was able to show you what the cabin crew does inside the aircraft for a typical domestic flight for Philippine Airlines. We just flew from Manila to Davao. But did you know in Philippine Airlines, there are a lot of cabin crew who stays there really long. In fact, I want you to check this next part out, where you will see a purser on her last day of flying. So in other words, it's her retirement day. So check this out. So exacto, today a purser who is arriving from a flight will be having her retirement event. Kumbaga, a little retirement gathering. In Philippine Airlines, you're only allowed to fly until age 60. After 60, it's time for your retirement as flight purser already. And they have a simple celebration over here for purser Din's retirement. So, tingnan natin, abangan natin what's gonna happen when she arrives from the flight. Philippine Airlines also organizes activities for the cabin crew, such as this International Flight Attendant Day celebration, where we only do not celebrate the careers of our flight attendants, but we also remember their hard work, their dedication, and their selflessness in ensuring the safety, security, and comfort of all the passengers on board. There are a lot of things going on today, and I'm just so fortunate to be part of this. There are games, there are raffle prizes, of course, free massages, food, drinks, and a time to also be with some cabin crew members here at Philippine Airlines, especially those friends of mine. So what do you love most about being a PAL cabin crew?
What I like the most being a PAL cabin crew is that I get paid to travel the world, and it's actually a fulfilling job because you get the chance to meet a lot of people, to provide service, and the buong pusong alaga. And being a flight attendant is actually my ultimate dream, and I am a licensed professional teacher, and it's a privilege to be part of Philippine Airlines. I have the same passion with service, and yeah, that's it.
Providing buong pusong alaga at 37,000 feet.
Hello, I'm Rochelle Shane A. Lehman, and I'm working as a cabin crew here at Philippine Airlines for almost 6 months. And so far, I would say that what I love most about being a cabin crew here at a 4-star airline of the country is that the prestige, also the pride that we carry because we are working for the flag carriers. And also apart from that, I get to fly with most of our kababayans overseas.
There is a saying that the PAL cabin crew is a saving grace of the airline. I definitely agree to this. In fact, I remember a story where one said, for other airlines, it is the branding of the airline that brings up the image of their cabin crew. But for Philippine Airlines, it is the cabin crew that brings up the image of the airline. It was definitely such an honor for me to really go behind the scenes and really take a closer look at the life of the Philippine Airlines flight attendants. Indeed, being a cabin crew is not easy. It is not always about glitz and glamour. It is not always about traveling the world. It is about service to their passengers. So to all the cabin crew around the world, and of course, especially to Philippine Airlines cabin crew, this video is here to honor your dedication, your hard work, and your resilience in ensuring the safety and security of all the passengers on board. Truly, everything that you do for us is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Philippine Airlines, for opening your doors that allowed me to create this video about the cabin crew. So to all cabin crew aspirants out there, go pursue your cabin crew dreams. It is never too late to pursue it. Just put in hard work. One day, you will soon be a Philippine Airlines flight attendant.
We thank you for flying Philippine Airlines, the heart of the Filipino.